So when was the last time you stopped and truly noticed a small moment that brought you joy? In a world that moves so freaking fast, it's easy to rush right past the little things that can brighten our lives. And I remember one morning, I had a warm cup of coffee. I let my dog outside. I was facing the sun, getting that morning sunlight. My feet were in the grass, and life just felt like it stood still. It was just peaceful and nice. And I just was really in the moment. I was really present, and it just brought so much joy. It made my mood so much better, because sometimes when I wake up in the morning, I'm a little bit grumpy. It's just amazing how powerful these everyday moments can be. So if you're new here, I'm Suan. This is Cozy Notes, a little space where we slow down, we rediscover joy in our lives, and we live more intentionally. And I'm so glad you're here. So grab a cuppa and let's dive in. So why does everyday joy matter? And a lot of the themes that I've been talking about are pretty much the same. I feel a little bit repetitive, but sometimes I feel like we need to hear things over and over and over again for it to click in our brains and to make changes. We're rewiring our brains is what we're doing here. If you're enjoying life, it's hard to be burnt out and stressed, right? And if you're burnt out and stressed, you're probably not enjoying your life very much. So when we find joy in the little things, life just feels so much more fulfilling, no matter what challenges that we're going through. And I mean, haven't you ever met a person who's going through some really challenging times, whether it's with family or maybe it's health, but they're still very joyful, and they're still thankful for the life that they have, even though they're going through these super challenging times. And it's because they're enjoying the little things. They're noticing the small things in life and finding joy rather than dwelling on what's not going right or what's not perfect or what's not joyful. Instead, they're putting their focus, they're being intentional, and they're noticing all the little joys that we have throughout our lives, because we all have them. No matter how challenging our lives can be, we all have moments of joy. There's always small things that we can appreciate in life. By noticing the small things in our lives, we're being mindful. We're being very mindful of our lives. We're focusing on the present, and we're not on autopilot mode. We're not on survival mode, which means that we're actually experiencing our lives. How many of us have gone through a week where a week has passed by and you're like, where did the week go? It's because you were on autopilot. You weren't really there. You weren't really, focusing on the moments. You weren't really present in your life. And we don't want that. We want to be present. We want life to feel like we're living a life. You know what I mean? We want to live a life. We want to live a good, fulfilling, and purposeful life. And then also, when we cultivate the joy in small things in our lives, when we really notice the small things and really appreciate it and enjoy it and love it, we're building resilience. We're making ourselves feel grounded and grateful to be alive, even when our lives are super hectic and chaotic and crazy. And it's just important to do, because, if we're rushing from one thing to the next activity and we're trying to get all this stuff done and we're trying to finish our to-do list and everything, we're not really in the moment. We're not really appreciating the small things that are happening, the cute little drawing that our kids made, or, how helpful my son was with his sister. We're not enjoying the little belly rubs that I give to my dog, the warm, cozy socks that I have on that give me so much joy. It just really helps you feel grounded and grateful for the life that you have when you notice the little things, when you enjoy the little things. So simple ways to savor the everyday moments, the mundane moments, some people will say, is to practice mindful awareness. So that's using your five senses. It's to tune in to your senses, your sense of touch and smell and taste and sight, etc. And just tuning into that really helps you to be more mindful. How many of us eat a meal and we're just shoveling it in our mouth and getting it done quick so that we can hurry up and go do something else? Or maybe we're working while we're eating, so we're not really paying attention to what we're putting in our mouths. But when you stop and you slow down and you really pay attention to what you're eating and how wonderful it tastes and how wonderful it smells and the way it feels in your mouth. And you're going to enjoy your meal so much more. You're going to remember that meal too. I don't know about you, but there's been times where I can't even remember what I ate in the week because I wasn't being mindful at the time. I was just shoveling the food in my mouth so I can hurry up and go do the next thing. So if we practice mindful awareness, we will enjoy the little things so much more. So we can create mini rituals where like morning routines and evening routines. I'm not talking about like we need to create like a 30, 60 step routine or anything like that. I have no time for that. My rituals, my routines are not very long. But just slowing down and just really enjoying them. So like I've mentioned this before, like in the mornings, I like to wake up, make myself some coffee, take my dog outside, enjoy the morning sunlight, and ground myself, put my feet on the bare grass. And I really enjoy that routine a lot. And then like in the evenings, just winding down and getting into my cozy PJs, washing my face, brushing my teeth, and then reading a book or watching one of my favorite like YouTube travel channels. And that cozy ritual, just having those mini rituals really helps you enjoy the everyday, the mundane. We can pout about how boring our lives is, or we can enjoy our lives. Like, do our lives always have to be entertaining? Why can't we just appreciate what we have right here and right now? And another way to savor everyday moments is to slow down and to like appreciate the moment that we're in. So I homeschool my kids and they take classes outside of our home. And I often have to drive them to those classes. And on those drives, we try to make it enjoyable where like we're having conversations. We're slowing down. We're not rushing from one place to the next. We're just really enjoying it and enjoying the moment that we have, that we get to spend like 30 minutes in the car because there's always traffic where we live. We're just outside LA. So 30 minutes in the car to get to a class. We're enjoying the time that we're having together. We're noticing the sunset, or we're noticing the clouds in the sky, or maybe a bird that flew by, or like some crazy looking car. We're just noticing things and we're just slowing down and appreciating the time that we have together and the things that we get to experience together. Or even like in the mornings, like if you have to get somewhere, just slowing down and making sure that everyone has what they need. Because always when we're in a mad rush, we're always forgetting things, right? But if we slow down, we're less likely to forget the things that we need to have. And then we can also add cozy touches to everyday life. So like incorporating comforting elements. So candles, obviously, essential oils, plants, lights, cozy blankets and pillows, and putting on cozy socks or playing soft music. Just it gives a vibe, right? It's the vibe that we're looking for. And so if you want a joyful life, you need to create that within your own home, within your own life. You want your home to be your sanctuary. You want your home to be someplace you love to be and not someplace you're trying to escape. And so incorporating cozy, comforting elements to your home will help you enjoy the small things, even when life is crazy and hectic. And then that leads me to bringing nature indoors. And so, like I said, plants and flowers and sunlight. It's amazing how many people don't open up the curtains in their home. Like when I wake up in the morning, that's one of the first things I do is open up all the blinds so that we have sunlight. Our home is just filled with light, and it wakes us up, makes us all happy and excited for the day. And yeah, just bringing nature indoors really helps, especially if you live somewhere like in the city where you don't have a lot of nature, or you live like here in California. A lot of the new homes that are being built are like sardines in a can. There's not much space between the homes, not much yard or anything like that. And so, yeah, bringing nature inside your home, even if you're a horrible plant parent, which apparently I am, because a lot of my plants aren't thriving as they should be because I forget to water them. But that's something I'm working on. Yeah, I just need a reminder. So that's something I plan on doing, is adding a reminder on my calendar or my phone to water the plants. Yeah, it's a good thing to do. And another cozy touch that you can add is like sensory items. You know what I mean? You know, like how babies like the feel of certain fabrics and like the sound of certain materials. And I mean, we like that too. We like that too. So textures and tastes and sounds that bring comfort, like a warm, cozy blanket, right? A favorite tea, music that you just really love to listen to. Don't need to put the news on in the background. Maybe listen to some joyful music instead, because I don't know about you, but the news doesn't seem very joyful to me. Next is ideas for building daily joy in our lives. So the first is to start a gratitude practice, which I think I mentioned earlier, where I want to start a gratitude journal or add that to my journal, because I'm not someone that has multiple journals. I like having just one book and everything kind of goes in there. My reading journal, my gratitude journal, my, writing journal, my art journal. It's all incorporated in one. It's kind of like a junk journal, I guess. And so start a gratitude practice of some sort. I think that is necessary to help you appreciate the small things in life and cultivate a joyful mindset. Next is to create pockets of peace, which I mentioned as well. Like, you just need to find the small amounts of time that you have, as moms, as busy moms. We're not going to have big chunks of time for ourselves. I mean, if we do get big chunks of time, grab it and utilize it and use it. But most of the time we have limited time. Like, maybe you have like 5-10 minutes here or there where you can do something like read a book or journal, or maybe do a little bit of coloring, or just take a nap, have your tea and just like put up your feet and relax and embrace that time. Enjoy those small moments that you get, because you don't know when the next one's going to be. And then next is to connect with our loved ones. I feel like so often, like, we don't get that chance. Like, I know with my husband, we don't get a lot of chance to connect because he works a lot. And then when he comes home, he wants to spend it with the kids, or he still has some work stuff to do. And when we do like talk with each other, it's usually about like kind of updating each other what's going on. And it's something that I want to work on as well, is to connect with him a bit more. And so that means that I bought both of us the Myrtles books. And so we've been doing the mysteries together, the logic mysteries together, which we've really enjoyed doing. It's like a collaboration. We just finished Slow Horses. That was a TV show that we were watching together. But I want more time where we talk to each other, like really talk to each other, and not just give each other updates about what's going on in life. So that's another way we can build more joy in our day. And so not only does that make me feel good about our relationship, but that makes him feel good and joyful about our relationship as well, because it's not all about me. So next, let's talk about shifting your mindset to find joy. So I kind of talked about this earlier, where we reframe everyday tasks like, doing the laundry, washing the dishes, cooking foods, vacuuming the house, whatever you want to call. Like, most of the things I don't enjoy doing. But I pop in my earbuds and I listen to my audiobook, and I want to do all the cleaning possible because I don't want to put down the book. That makes it joyful for me. That's when I am enjoying what I'm doing. But sometimes, like, I do take out the earbuds and I'm present in the moment, and I'm washing the dishes and I'm enjoying like the way the water feels on my hands, or the heat of the water, or the soap, how bubbly it gets. You know how like kids get all excited about bubbles? And we need to bring more joy in our life, right? So we forget that. We lose the joy that we once had, and we just need to rediscover it, is what it is. And the way to rediscover it is to slow down and to be in the moment. And then also letting go of perfectionism and everything being exciting, because not everything is going to be grand. Life is not full of excitement and joy. There's going to be some times where we're not going to see the joy all the time, but we can see the joy in the simple things. Maybe overall, something not joyful, but maybe we can find some joy in what we're doing. So maybe you don't find joy in working, but you do find joy in making money and supporting your family. Maybe you don't find joy in homeschooling your kids, but you do find joy in seeing them learn and grow. Sometimes we just need to let go of perfection as well, because sometimes we want things to be a certain way and it's not, and then we get so upset about that. But instead of getting upset about it, we just need to reframe our mindset and just see it in a different way. Things don't go as planned, but, there's some joy that came out of it, right? It wasn't all bad, was it? And also celebrating the small wins. That's something that I do quite often. Just celebrating, yay, I'm happy. I did something. I honored my word and I did it. I accomplished it. I finished a task, even how small and mundane it is. It just feels fun when you celebrate those small wins, like having a pile of laundry and folding all of them and putting them all away. It feels good. You no longer have that pile, or at least for a day, but hey, it feels good, right? And you celebrate that win. And then celebrating doesn't always have to be dancing or rewarding yourself. It could just be a break. Okay, I'm done. Now I get to take a break and I get to enjoy something I really love doing, like coloring or something, And all these small little moments, they add up. They add up to something bigger, to something grander, to a joyful life, to a fulfilling life. And that's what we want. We want all these little small things to add up. And it enhances our overall happiness when we notice the small things in life. It just makes life feel richer and more fulfilling. And then also we feel not balanced, because there's no such thing as balance, but we feel less stress as well. When we notice the little things, when we appreciate the little things, when we find joy in the little things, we're a little bit less stressed, which is key. It just makes everyday life more enjoyable. And it helps us appreciate the present and really be grateful for what we have, even if it's not perfect. My life is nowhere near perfect, but I appreciate the life I have. I know that I have a good life, and that there are a lot of people out there that wish that they had lives like mine. So if you found joy in this episode, make sure you like and subscribe, leave a comment, share with friends and family, leave a review, whatever platform you're listening or watching this on. I'm so glad you're here. And if you want a little kickstart to your slow living journey, make sure you check out the link down below to see what I have to offer. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Ciao.